Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday, and today, tell me where you are. What's your ACSD rank? And I have a tip for you all the way from beginner to masters. And even if you haven't gotten started, I have something I can share with you that is going to help get you on the path. Before we jump into that, a warm welcome to all. And go ahead, if you're loving this content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you don't miss any future content, and avail yourself by far of the free resources. It's the no-cost cane clarity call. That's the first thing you want to do. Text the letter CCC to the number on the screen, and in less than 24 hours, we'll be on a scheduled call for you. We actually schedule them so that we can give you our undivided attention every day. This is what we do, and I'm so happy that so many are taking advantage of that, because we know what happens when you just go in there, don't do what we're saying, and you start purchasing things and availing yourself of everything from canes to programs to memberships that you don't need. Do yourself a favor. Get informed first. It's going to save you tons of time, funds, and frustration, guaranteed. And then the other thing you want to do is, well, you have the Facebook groups that are open to the general public. Just read the description below, request entry. They will let you in. Make sure that you agree to the rules, or they will not let you in. Okay, so let's start off with ACSD's foundational training. So if you are right now doing the foundational training, that is known in ACSD as leader training, probably doing your 6-week challenge. So what should you be focusing on there? From the onset, what you want to do, really for all of them, regardless of where you're at, doing the work in ACSD, meaning working through the curriculum, means that you're doing the homework. And the homework means that somehow your coach that you're working with in that group needs to be able to see what you're doing, evaluate, and give you feedback so that he gives you the necessary correctives. That's how you keep the progress needle moving forward. We have a refined system for that. That's the first thing you want to do. And if you're also doing the empty hand that goes with that first level, that level 1 foundational work, first of all, congratulations for doing that, because you're doing it the right way, the way that I put it together, the way it was intended to be learned. What you do is you do, as an example, week 1, class 1 with your coach, then go watch week 1, class 1 of the empty hand. It's me doing it on the portal. That's going to open your eyes. Right, which says, so just keep doing. That's what doing the work is. And whatever you do, please don't get overwhelmed. This is something that you should be looking forward to. You know, it's fun to go ahead and do this. It's not competitive, and there's no expiration date on completion. You can't go wrong with this. The only way you go wrong is if you're sitting there not doing anything and just watching the parade go by. That would be that's my tip for you when you're first starting off. And if all you ever do is stay at that foundational leader level, okay, that's totally fine. What is that going to give you? That's going to give you the ability, if you look at it, pretty much in the first 2 to 2.5 hours of training, you have the ability. Let's just say you can't go out there with your cane, whatever cane you have out there, and people randomly come and put their hands on you, because you're a force to be reckoned with. Okay, you have skill sets there, and not only that, you know the law. Okay, and you know this brand right here is always about prevention. We're never about whack 'em in the head. We're never about doing anything extreme with that. Always smart and work, and you live in a society that's governed by laws, right? So we respect that. Now, you graduate leader. That's fine. You don't want to go any further. That's fine. But I'll tell you this, I don't consider you personally an ACSD caner if that's all you did. Is you're missing the whole world, everything that is ACSD. And it starts at the second level, which is called advanced. And so this is now going to be with you. That's where we talk about you learn the dance. Why? Because that's where you're going to learn, caners call it in advanced ACSD, the Fab 5 footwork, right, that you're going to learn. that gets you in and out of trouble and all that, and how to coordinate it. Now you're going, it's another level of brain training. ACSD cane training is a form of brain training. So when you move from your foundational work at leader to advanced, you're taking it to another level. When you go from advanced to masters, you're taking it yet to another level. So in advanced, you're coordinating your handling of the tool with this specific footwork. It's a departure from the footwork that is in an I or T pattern, right? So leader, you do this. This is what you see pretty much everybody doing out there, right? ACSD now introduces the circular movement, the walk, the moving in, the Charleston, the back and forth, right? Very difficult. We don't sit still. What should you be focusing on there? Well, that's the crux of it. But you want to make sure that you're doing it in such a way that you look at that and you say, oh, I just don't have the rhythm. I just don't have that. No such thing. Notice that it takes you step by step. That's the hallmark of ACSD. The step by this, you do this first and then this. We know it's designed so that even if you have no rhythm, even if you have, you have 2 left feet, even if you can still take it there. And by the way, if you have injuries, limitations, your coach is trained to work with you on how to circumvent and still work around that. Again, at this level, if you're doing the empty hand, if you moved on to empty hand level 2, then go ahead and do that and do it 1-to-1, right? Otherwise, you have 50% of this. That's what you need to be focusing on in advance, and do the work, right? And then there's some that are gonna wanna take this to the master's level, and that would be your 3rd level. And if you've done 60% of your work, you can talk to your coach in advance and request a call to see if moving on to that master's level, if that's something you want to do and he gives you the thumbs up, hey, we're all in. And now you're going to take it to another level, because there you're dealing with 2 canes. And the hallmark of that is the ability to do one thing. So picture here, you're doing this with one cane, and with this hand, you're doing something completely different, and maybe even at another tempo. That's called off tempo. And then you're moving the feet as well, coordinating everything together. And I know that if you're listening to this, you haven't even gotten started with the cane, and you're going, whoa, that sounds a little bit crazy. And what does that do for you? Well, it's another level yet still of brain training, and the cane teaches the empty hand. Remember, ACSD was originally designed to deal with multiple assailants armed with a blade. So that's built into the training. And if you're in masters, what are you focusing on? Listen, when you go and do your eval, the 2 main things are going to be the forms, right? The exercises, which by the way, you're contributing your own, because now you know the basic alphabet and you start putting in your own compositions at that level. But also when you're doing you're going to do your 3-minute flow in there with double canes, we're looking at the footwork, and you know what one of those main requirements is. You saw me open up today with a shoulder loop. You need to have the ability to do that on one side and handle with the other. That's one of the more challenging areas, but please do not miss this. There are those of you in masters who are, you also have access to the empty hand. Please go back and polish that up. I would love to go ahead and share empty hand level 3 with you, but I cannot do that until you have the foundation empty hand with level 1 and level 2. So go back and do that, and that's what makes you a rounded out caner. And if you're maybe at the master's level and you never got started, and I get it, individuals at the master's level, the time that you got started, the empty hand was not offered to you, but we're over that already. Go back, you have it now, and bring yourself up to speed. This is not a race. You're never going to you're never going to fully complete this whole thing where it gets to the point that you say, oh, what am I going to work on today? There's always something to work on with ACSD and this wonderful, just wonderful art of ours with the cane. And what if you're looking at this and you say, I'm listening to you and I haven't even gotten started? Well, why haven't you gotten started? And I'll tell you some of the things that we hear. Well, you know, I'm busy right now. I guess I'm going to start later on in the year. Let's cut it out. You don't know what's going to happen, right? Get in. You have access. Once you're in, you can start whenever you like, but get in, because once you start seeing things, you start a little bit now. You start a little bit now. It's not that, oh, I have to have the time and the attention to give it 100%. That's not really true. We have individuals that enroll in one challenge and they graduate a couple of challenges later because life got in the way. So what? There's a lot of things in life that create stress. This shouldn't be one of them. This is a very happy place here. And wherever you are in the timeline of your training, right, you already got started. You know you're doing it right when you're having fun. Said another way, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Okay, this is enjoyable. And again, I'll invite you. It all begins with that call. Go ahead and text the CCC to the number on the screen. Let's have a conversation, regardless of where you are on the path. And let's create that picture and see if this is something that will work for you. I'm looking forward to your questions and your comments. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Keep caning.